This is my BioBits video on the last universal common ancestor. What if you could trace every living thing on Earth, plants, animals, fungi, even bacteria, back to a single organism? Not the first life ever, but the one ancestor that connects all life we know today. This organism is called the last universal common ancestor, or LUCA. LUCA is the most recent common ancestor, shared by all three domains of life: bacteria, archaea, and eukaryotes. That means that every organism alive today is in some way related to this ancient life form. LUCA lived billions of years ago, likely over 3.5 billion years in the past, during a time when Earth was much harsher than it is today. Even though LUCA is incredibly important, scientists have never found a fossil of it. So how do we know anything about it at all? How do scientists study LUCA? To study LUCA, scientists rely on a method called comparative genomics. This involves comparing the DNA of organisms across all domains of life. If certain genes are found in bacteria, archaea, and eukaryotes, scientists infer that those genes must have existed in LUCA. As explained by researchers Koskela and Anila in 2012, shared genetic material across all life forms likely originated from a common ancestor. More recent research, like Moody and colleagues in 2024, expanded this idea by analyzing large genomic datasets to reconstruct early life's features. Through this process, scientists have identified hundreds of genes that LUCA may have possessed. What was LUCA like? Based on genetic reconstructions, LUCA was a single-celled organism. It was much simpler than modern cells, but not as primitive as you might think. It already had complex machinery to read DNA and build proteins. According to Weiss and colleagues in 2018, LUCA likely lived in extreme environments like deep-sea hydrothermal vents. Picture a pitch-black ocean floor filled with towering underwater volcanoes, spewing scalding, mineral-rich water. These environments completely lack sunlight. Instead of using photosynthesis, LUCA survived on pure chemical energy. It essentially ate volcanic gases like hydrogen and sulfur to stay alive. This process is called chemosynthesis, and microbes still use it in the deepest parts of the ocean. By combining genetic evidence with what scientists know about extreme environments on early Earth, researchers can begin reconstructing LUCA's biology. Webby and colleagues in 2024 explained how computational models allow scientists to simulate early life processes and refine our understanding of LUCA. These models help scientists test ideas about how early life may have survived and evolved. Instead of being a single first organism, LUCA is better understood as a part of a population of early life forms, sharing genes and evolving over time. Why does LUCA matter? Studying LUCA is important because it helps answer one of the biggest questions in science. How did life begin and evolve on Earth? By understanding LUCA, scientists gain insight in the conditions of early Earth and the biological foundations that led to the diversity of life as we see today, including every species currently living on the planet. As Koskela and Anila suggest, LUCA represents a key link between chemistry and biology, the point where life begins to resemble what we recognize today. Even though LUCA lived billions of years ago and left no direct fossil record, modern science has found ways to uncover its story. Through genetics, environmental studies, and computational models, we can piece together the origins of all life on Earth. And in doing so, we are not just learning about the past. We're also learning about ourselves and where we ultimately come from.